Raise your hand if you have an ongoing list of things that you need to get done around the house that you've pushed off for way too long. That is totally me because I have this long list on my notes app of things that I want to get done around the house, and some of it is stuff that like isn't super important, like it'd be nice to do but not dire. And since it isn't really a priority, I feel like I never get to it. So today I actually want to cross off a couple of those things on the list. I've come to accept that everything is a work in progress, and today we are getting to work. I don't know if you can tell, but I sound very congested right now, and it is from allergies, not from the outside, but honestly from our new dog. If you missed my last video, I shared that we added a new member to our family. We now have a little puppy named Tater. I absolutely adore him. He is just the sweetest, goodest boy ever, and of course he still has accidents here and there, but we are working on it. And even though I love him and dogs so much, I am allergic to them, so I'm very nasally today. I'm very snotty today, so please excuse me. So today we're heading to the thrift store to see if I can find any items that will solve some of these problems so that we can cross these things off of my to-do list. I'm really hoping that I can find some organizational items, especially for the studio or the bedroom. Those are kind of like my two main focus areas right now. Okay, let's head to the thrift store. I'm back from the thrift store, and I want to do a quick haul of the things that I'm not using for a project. Starting off strong with the best find of the day, I've been wanting a fountain pen, and this one is brand new in the package. It was only $2.99, and I saw this online going for $48. So that is pretty amazing. It looked like someone just donated a bunch of their Japanese stationery, which honestly, I'm not complaining about. There were so many good things there. That same person also donated some erasers. These are some nice ones from Tombow, and they were $1.49. I feel really lucky that my local thrift store has like a craft / school supplies area because they have some really good items, including these cute little stickers from Stickopotamus. Does anyone know if this brand still exists? Like, I remember buying these stickers back at Michael's when I was a kid. This pack was so cute. So it is movie themed, and it looks like it's like hand drawn, and Brian and I are really big movie fans. We are AMC A-list, so it is that serious to us. This last item was a really lucky find. So I recently got a Pura diffuser. It's basically a plugin that you can control through an app, so I've been really loving it, and I want to try out some new fragrances, and these were only $2.99 each. They are brand new, and I did open them up to smell them, and these were the best ones. So that was everything I got, and with my project items, I only spent $36.40 for everything. So let me show you what I actually got for my project. I honestly could not believe that I found this because this has been on my list for so long. I've never found one that I really liked, and I literally almost missed this one because it was on the top shelf and it looked heavy, so I didn't want to like bring it down, but I'm so glad I did. Okay, can you see it? It is a paper organizer. So this is, it looks like solid wood. I'm actually gonna put this down now. And every time I look at a paper organizer like this, it reminds me of one of my favorite teachers growing up. I believe this was in 3rd grade, so I was starting at a new school, and our teacher had little slots for each one of us. So she would put our assignments in there or projects or whatever, and if it was your birthday, sometimes you would get like a little treat in there or a little card, and that was just so special. I was one of those kids who really loved going to school. Like, I loved socializing, I loved learning, I loved teachers and seeing all my friends. And whenever the grown-ups would ask me what I want to be when I grow up, I would always answer with teacher, which is kind of funny because I feel like I'm kind of a teacher now, just in a different way. Like, instead of teaching math and science, I get to teach DIY and share it with you guys. So I feel like I'm kind of living out my inner teacher dreams by having this little paper organizer. She definitely has seen better days though, so I'm going to sand this whole thing down and then also give it a new coat of stain. It's looking really orange, which I'm not the biggest fan of, so we're gonna get rid of that and start new. So this is the pattern that I'm trying to do, and here is how far I've gotten. I've honestly have been confusing myself, and that's why there's some eraser marks here. So what I think I'm gonna do is actually start painting these in so that I can get a clearer idea of how I can better do this, because this is actually taking me forever. This is gonna be one of those pieces that I might be using for paper right now, but in the future I can totally use it to organize so many other things like stationery, paint, or brushes. This is definitely going to be a piece that stays with me. I am really enjoying the slow process of finding special pieces for my workspace, because in the past I would have just gone and bought bins and drawers that you would find in a typical big box store, which there's nothing wrong with that because there are some really great organizers out there. This way it just feels so much more intentional, and I'm able to customize it so that the piece feels that much more like me. If you guys know me, then you know that I'm a huge foodie. Like, I will literally travel for food. And that is basically what Brian and I did when we went to Louisiana and Texas last month. Our itinerary was basically like food, activity, food, food again, activity, food, and then dessert. We had the best oysters, beignets every night, and then when we were in Dallas, we had barbecue pretty much every day we were there. My tummy was full and happy, but my skin did not do well with it at all, especially after airplane air. I was breaking out and my skin felt so dull, so I knew it was time to get on top of my skincare routine. I've been using Curology for the past month, and it's already making such a big difference. Shout out to Curology because they are sponsoring today's video. It's been a game changer for me because you're getting prescription strength ingredients that are not typically found over the counter. They make it really easy to get started. You just take a skincare quiz, tell them your problem areas, what you want to focus on, submit a few photos, and a licensed dermatology provider will recommend a routine for you. So I have really dry skin and also very sensitive skin, so my main focus area is on texture and hyperpigmentation. So here's everything that is in my box: Day Prime RX, Deep Cleanse RX, and the Cream Moisturizer. After using these every day, I really appreciate having a simple routine that I can stick to that actually gets me results. I always look forward to my nighttime routine. It is my alone time. It's when I get to de-stress and unwind. I light a candle, put on some music, and I love just taking my time with it. It's kind of like doing a DIY, going step by step, and when you see the end results, it is just so worth it. And I am really picky when it comes to moisturizers, and this one has definitely passed the test. I use this day and night, and I notice that I have less patches as the day goes on, so I would definitely recommend this one to you guys. If you want to check out Curology for yourself and start your first box, they did give me a special offer, so make sure you click on my link down below or scan my QR code. Thank you, Curology, for my glowing skin. Now let's get back into the project. Okay guys, I just finished. That took me like a million years. I definitely underestimated it, but it's done and it looks pretty good. One of the main reasons why I even wanted this paper organizer is back when we went on our Japan trip, we went to a 12-story stationery store. I was literally in heaven. Every floor was dedicated to something different. They had a whole floor of like fountain pens that were thousands of dollars, and they were so beautifully crafted. There were tons of cards, washi tape, wrapping paper, origami paper. They also had like an arts and craft floor as well. And I feel like that really inspired me not only to make my studio feel like an art studio, but also kind of like a stationery store where I can go and get journaling done. Like if I were to ever open a store, it would definitely be like a hybrid arts and craft store slash stationery store plus matcha cafe plus ice cream shop. If a store like that already exists and it's in Southern California, let me know. Otherwise, can someone out there please make one of those happen? I am moving on to the last step. I'm putting on some legs that I've actually had sitting around for a while. Very simple, very round, very short, which is perfect for this project. The time has finally come, you guys. I have my own sewing machine. I am seriously so excited. So a couple months ago, I did my first sewing project ever, and I basically went to my library to rent out a sewing machine just to see if I would like it and if I could see myself doing more sewing projects, and I totally could. It's been on my mind ever since, so we finally have our own. Oh, she's so cute and tiny. My assistant has arrived. I'm gonna sew you something. I'm definitely gonna make him a project.
Sit. Yes. Down. Good boy.
Good boy. Since this is my first project with her, I do want to take a second here to deck her out in some stickers, make her super cute, and personalize her a little bit. So this chair right behind me, I probably DIY'd it 2 or 3 years ago at this point. I've sat in it for every single one of my DIY projects. And you know what? It is not comfortable at all. I remember when I first posted this, someone commented that they have this chair and it hurts their butt. And I can confirm this does hurt my butt when I sit on here for long periods of time. And when I'm working on a project, I'm so focused that I don't even realize that I've been sitting here for hours on end. And I honestly don't feel it until after the fact. Instead of getting rid of her, we're gonna give her an upgrade. So I found this pillowcase at Goodwill. I like the color of it. I think it matches the chair pretty well. It's like this velvety fabric and it has some stitching on here, which I really like. And it's thick, so there is a little bit of cushioning, and I honestly almost gave up on finding the right pillow or cushion for the project. I was just gonna get some polyfill and just stuff this, but I found this seat cushion, which honestly was a very lucky find. This was $3.99. It looks brand spanking new, and my plan is to put this inside the cover so that I could take it off and wash it when I need to. Let's do a quick sit test. Oh, that already feels so much better. So in theory, I think I can just cut a circle in the middle of this pillowcase and then sew it inside out. Let's give it a try. So I pinned these together, but I forgot that I actually have to work on the ruffle first. So I'm going to attempt to make my first ruffle ever. I watched a bunch of tutorials on how to do this, so I'm using some scrap fabric, and we are going to cross our fingers and hope that this works. Oh, it's working. Oh my goodness. Look at that, you guys. Beautiful ruffles. Now I can make my own pillows literally whenever I want. This is amazing. I love learning new skills because I always feel like I have to hand make things, but if you can spend just an hour or two learning a new skill, you literally can create anything. This honestly ended up being a perfect color match, and the ruffles just came out so well. Now it's time to sew them on. I am most nervous about this part. I've never sewed anything round before, so let's see how this goes. This by no means is a perfect circle, but honestly, as my first time ever sewing a real project, I am not mad at it at all. It's a good thing that I'm gonna be sitting on this a majority of the time and not like putting it on display on a couch or something. Now we just have to do the backside here. I applaud all of you guys out there who are sewers because this is not easy at all. You literally are like an engineer trying to figure out every little part of this to make it functional. This is the reason why I will be mostly doing crafts on my sewing machine and not sewing full-on garments. Oh my goodness, you guys, it actually feels good to have a seat. I don't know why it took me so many years to do this. My behind is definitely thanking me. I've already been sitting here working on projects and it is so much more comfortable. And now I want to make more cushions because this just came out so good. Like, doesn't this look like I bought it like this? I'm very proud of myself for this one. And if you guys notice, we do have a new backdrop. So now all of my paper is organized behind me. It truly is the small things that make me happy. And I can even use it for other stuff. Like if I put paint bottles in there, that would also look really cute. I need to know in the comments which project was your favorite. Was it the organizer or the seat cushion? If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe down below. And if you want to see more from me, you can follow me over on Instagram where I post every single day. That is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired and I will see you in the next one. Bye!